Assalamualaikum and good day, Dr. Adila. So today we will be presenting our final group project on Congkak. First of all, we would like to apologize for not being able to complete the code as we faced some difficulties. So I'll be introducing to you my team members. I am Mia ARISSA binti AZUAN. My matrix number is 289788. My team members are HAMIDAH binti AMRAN with matrix number 286565, NURAIN FARHANA binti RAHMAN 289598, and we Kainan 285819. So I'll be passing the next presentation to my team member, NURAIN FARHANA.
My name is Ain. I will explain the game. MyCongkak is an online version of the traditional Malay game where the opinion compete to get the most shell in the schoolhouse. In this case, the player should take turns to move the illusion of shell in front of numbers until they get the most number in the schoolhouse. The player who get the most number in the schoolhouse is the winner of the game. To remind you of the objective of this game again, you should move the shell or marble into your schoolhouse, which is situated on your left-hand side. You should move the shell by picking all of them from any of your house and deposit one into each of the house to the left of the space. Note that the shell will be moving in the direction of clockwise. So, MyCongkak here, just like traditional Congkak, consists of 2 rows or 7 columns. Color the house and 2 bigger columns on both and color the house, the schoolhouse or home. Players will be decided on turn by choosing heads or tails. Then the coder will flip a coin and decide which player goes first. This is done using the if-else selection. If the player type full, then method how to play will be called. This part does not require any input from the user and only displays the way on how to play MyCongkak. Same goes on as the option 1 about Congkak method about Congkak will be called if the players wish to know about the game and the history of the game. In this two method, string concatenation is used. Say, player 1 enter an invalid input when playing the game. This program will check and may process the player to string. If an invalid input is entered when accessing the menu, the program will display an error message. The game will go along until the player wishes to add by typing in N. When asked if they want to continue when viewing the menu and by typing in X when playing the game. So, I will pass the next present to the HAMIDAH. Thank you.
Thank you, Ain. So now I would like to continue to the main method. In this part, the programmer only asks for users to input their name and save it as player1 name. This part is an interactive program and does not use any tricky action, which is no array, no selection, no looping, or no calculation used in this part. We just need to print out the output, which is welcome to MyCongkak, and then SOP enter your name. Beside that, in this show menu, secondly, show menu. We use show menu method, which is users are asked to input what action do they want to take based on the menu display. In this method, the if-else selection is used to call appropriate methods based on users' input. Beside that, do-while loop is used to repeatedly display the menu and to ask the users whether they want to continue. If the users choose Y as in yes, then the menu will be displayed again. If the users choose N as no, then the program will be stopped. Besides that, We also have in this part of the play Congkak method, which is users will be asked to choose between heads or tails to determine which is of the two users will move first. If else selection is used here, then the users will be asked from which of the 7 houses do they want to move their marble. Thank you. That's all for me. I will pass to Ain.
Okay, thank you, Hamidah. So I will explain about method about Congkak. In this about Congkak method, no calculation, selection, or looping used as this is just to display about the game Congkak for user. In this method, string construction is used. This method will be displayed on user input option 1. So I will pass the next slide to Demia. Thank you.
Thank you, Ain. So I will be continue on how to play method. This method does not ask for input from user. It is displayed as a guide for user on how to play MyCongkak. This method will be displayed when user type option 2, option how to play. So same as about Congkak method, this how to play method also does not use any calculation, loopings, selections, or array, as it is only to display how to play the game MyCongkak to users. Thus, in this method, string concatenation is used. I will be passing on the next presentation to Wikainen.
Thank you, Mia, for that. Now, I would like to clarify about this method. This method is the most important part of the game, and this method also requires input from users to move their marbles or shells and to input their name. In this method also, arrays, for loops, do-while loops, and if-else selections are used. However, we had problems with these methods, thus it could not be completed. Then, players will have to choose from which of their 7 houses they want to move their shells. These houses are represented by alphabets. This is where the array is used. And then the game then will automatically deposit each of one of the 7 shells into each of the spaces on the left, including the storehouse or home. On this part, the do-while loop, for loop, and if-else selections are used. Once it is done depositing, it is the next player's turn. This will repeat until one of the players gets the most shells in their storehouse. Then, the winner is decided. Method view score will be called once the players type 4 to view their scores. In this view score method, the if-else selection should be used so players can input their names and see how much they scored. However, due to complications faced in the play Congkak method, we could not proceed with the view score method. And that's all for me. Thank you. Now I would like to give the presentation to Mia.
Thank you, Kai. So for the view score method, we could not complete it as we encountered complications from the play Congkak method. The view score method could not be shown as the game needs to be played in order for calculations to be done to determine the winner and to display the scores. Otherwise, calculations will be used and if else selection will be used to view certain players' scores. That's all from us. Thank you.
That is all from our group. Thank you all for spending your time with us. See you in the next video.